Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to Colony Survival, where we are working on getting gunpowder, eventually. We have definitely established a lot of new workers recently because of all the copper needed, and so we're trying to catch up on copper at the moment. We'll see how that goes. I'm also trying to keep a close eye on food, because I think that's going down, and we might need some more food. Maybe fish, a bunch more fishermen. I might do that. But yeah, today's music brought to you courtesy of Total X Clips. He's actually a content creator, and I don't know exactly how, but he creates some streaming music that is free to use, so wanted to give some credit where credit is due. And I also don't remember where the fishing poles are made. Is it in here? There we go. I need some more fisherman spots. What's up, Teus? How's it going? And I'm thinking, which is always dangerous, but I'm thinking we need some more fishermen. How much further can we go? Only a couple more squares. In fact, only one more square. Right? Yeah. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, have this go a bit further. Okay, so now this is gonna be the fishing area. And we're gonna let some water in. And we just have to make sure zombies can't get through, because that's a threat. Ah, rocket logistics in Factorio. Always a good time. If by good time you mean difficult time. I'm excited to try space exploration eventually again in Factorio. Especially since I've heard that the mod maker is still very much seeing it as like, I guess early access is the wrong term, but he's very much seeing it as like a beta, essentially, and it is by no means like a finished, product. And so that gives me some hope that like some of the issues that I have with the game will be solved. Anyway. Okay, so this is all fair game area now. You know what I think I might do? Yeah, I have an idea. As long as they can't get up the sides here, then we can have kind of an open air thing. And I don't mind doing this, even though it's kind of like the moat strategy. It's because, in my mind, zombies can't swim. So I don't really feel like this is too weird to do this. And so then I can actually let the water in right here. And we can have fishermen here. What's up, Dave? I think I already said that. What I meant to say is, thanks for the 13 months. Always appreciated. 13 months. Wow. Can't believe it's been a year and change already. Okay, I will have like a post here and there to make it look somewhat realistic. Okay. Looks good. This should all be safe from the zombie hordes. And then go ahead and add some more. Grab some of the old fishing poles. Nice. Sorry, Dave. You guys go play board games. Watching me is unimportant. You should know this. Board games are way cooler than Krydak's channel. Okay, hopefully that's enough fish. That should be a lot. I actually need to hire more colonists. We're down to unemployed. Oh, goodness. How did... Oh, gosh. What did I do? Oh, I didn't follow my own advice. Wonderful. Oh, I was on the wrong tile when I mined out this tile. Oh, shnikes. I see what happened, and that's a big problem. Oh my gosh. No! Oh, I just let in a crap ton more. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. We screwed up big time, folks. Time to hit the failsafe? I don't think it's Rip Colony, because this isn't enough to kill all my colonists, but it is enough to hurt. If I shoot a few, that won't be too bad either. I could kind of try to lead them back to my guards. Yeah, because what they do is when they get to the banner, they end up essentially doing damage to a colonist, and then they take damage. So eventually you end up, you know, they all end up dying. Come on. Come to me. Come to me. Oh, jeez. Yep, I'm gonna hit the failsafe. Oh, come on, folks. Okay. That seems to have taken care of it. Not cool, folks. Not cool. Let me make sure this is all fixed now. I think it's good. I'll wait until there's not enemies out there. The failsafe makes sure that you can deal a bunch of damage in one go to zombies. So as you feed your colonists sacred meals, it builds up essentially damage, and we've used it all, but it did like 150,000 damage when I clicked it. And then it will also reduce the total HP of monsters for tomorrow night. So the failsafe is kind of nice because it makes sure that, like, if your defenses are too weak, it does some damage to zombies currently, which helps in the current night, and then it also does damage, in a way, by reducing the HP that spawns the next night. So you end up kind of getting 2 nights to deal with whatever problems you created for yourself. So, in a way, that will actually save us a lot of copper. Now, there's a question. Are sacred points effective? Probably not. Or efficient. In terms of, like, how much copper you save from not having to shoot enemies. Surely not. Okay, and then the other thing... We'll have to keep an eye on the amount of raw fish. Because I'm guessing... I mean, if we start seeing that go up, then we need some more stoves. I'm also going to double check. Do we have enough stone tools? Now that we have a lot more fishermen, we have more people using stone tools. I did add 4 more tinkerers somewhere. I don't remember where I put those. But that should be enough to have 4 more, I think. Oh, and we need more beds. Oh, and we need more colony points, right? That's what I was doing. Okay. So, plop down a couple more lock boxes. Tempt the zombies. And then... sell some shields. Bonus capacity. I might need to start using some of my other outposts to farm some food, because we're really getting strapped for space here. Oops. Okay, I actually did want to go down here, but... More beds. More beds. Oh, good news, everyone. Good news, everyone. I also figured out that equation from last time. So here in a minute, we'll take another visit to the nerd stats. And we actually have the calculation done. Did I do it wrong again? Oh my gosh, I did. Yep, that wall sure is off. I don't know why I keep doing this. I keep thinking, you know, because I have the one space, but the wall comes from behind that little L, not next to it. Anyway. Oh gosh. Okay. There we go. 40 more beds coming right up. Yeah, the P pentomino, exactly. Okay. Pillar, 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 pillar. Takes intense focus to do correctly, let me tell you. Oh man, I'm so excited to get gunpowder. It's all I've ever wanted in life. Maybe a few other things, but mostly just gunpowder. Alright, hire all the peeps. And then... Okay. I don't know what I was gonna say there. Copper miners we're gonna need more of. We're down to 6,000, so let me add some more copper miners. I don't know how many more, but I'm gonna start with like 3. Can never find the job blocks for miners. There we go. Oh, look at that. Access to more beds. Okay. I could also fit one right here, so why not? That's 4 more copper miners. They go so fast now. I mean, with bronze tools, they're mining every, like, 3 seconds, basically. Maybe a little more than 3. So they're mining, like, over 100 copper a day. Okay. So, we did the colonist thing. What else do we need to do? Crossbow bolts are definitely building back up, which is good. I'm assuming projectile trap ammo is building back up too. Yep, this is getting reestablished. So that's good. We will need to wait a tick for that to get done, but it's getting there. We do need more glass, aka silica sand. But we'll have to wait on that. I guess we need some gunsmiths. And maybe I can do another wheat field. A wheat field's pretty good. Not as good as fishing, but we have some space over here. We'll get 2 more wheat farmers going. One, two, three, 4. Okay. 2 more wheat farmers should be a lot of bread. In fact, do we have too much wheat, or are we... Yeah, we need a couple more bread makers. That's what's going on. We have pots of flour, we have pots of water, so we need more bread. No, that's all I have. Alright, gunsmiths we'll put on the other side. Oh my gosh, this room's getting big. I should probably make a second floor underneath this rather than continuing to go out to the sides. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Where, though? Maybe right here? Oops, that's not what I meant to do that. Crap. Yeah, open plan office, exactly. Okay, so this will be... Oh, we have beds down here. Okay. So we'll have to go a little deeper then. Deeper! I forgot about the beds. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, so the floor needs to be this line. So this is the top of the room. We want it to be 4 tiles. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. And now we're just gonna need some serious digging power to dig out a gigantic room. I think step 1 is to go this way. Yeah, I'm just gonna... actually, that's not gonna work. I need to dig... What's the button? There it is. From there, so they can actually have a place to work. Okay. They'll get that done. I also want steps. Alrighty. And then we need to place these Tinker's tables somewhere. What do I have too much of? Let's go find out. I've been forgetting about the idle job time. Okay, over the last 24 days, it looks like actually 4 days. Engineers have had the most idle time. Burners. What is a burner? Paper makers, grinders, forgers, fletchers, water gatherers, burners, paper makers. Okay. Maybe I didn't need those extra 2 paper makers. And engineers. That doesn't fix my problem, though. Where to put this crap? Are these burners? These are burners. Okay. I'll remove these 4. That's where the tinker tables will go, and then we'll have the gunsmiths. So gunsmiths need wrought iron, metal gears, book of knowledge, and rope. Oh, there's a missing comma there. Literally unplayable game. Come on. So gunpowder trap affects an area with radius 3 on hit. So that's very exciting. Can affect friendlies, worth noting. And it only stores 1 ammunition, also worth noting. Okay, and then gunpowder trap ammo. We get 10 from 3 wrought iron and 2 gunpowder. Well, they only store 1 ammo, so 100 will probably be enough. Over time. And who makes the gunpowder again? Is it the alchemists, I think? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was some singing. I thought most of these tracks were just instrumental, but I guess not all of them are. My colonists are speaking to me. Okie dokie. Let me eat some fish. Oh, we also have a crap ton of berry meals, so more bread will be good, because that means more bread meals. Alright. Now what? Oh, the math. The nerd sheet. Let me show you guys the math. TM. The math TM. Okay, so you know, just some algebra, no big deal. With all those numbers from the other day, or variables, and you end up with this. Get this pulled up. So I was correct. You do just need to solve those equal to each other. And then you get this mess of a formula for what n is equal to. And I have tested it in terms of like these numbers here, and it does seem to be correct. So unless I have these formulas wrong on how threat's calculated, it is correct. So all we have to do is plug in what we have. For example, our current threat is 751.5. The added threat for like a research, for example, would be 50. The number of colonists in my main outpost is 632, and I have about 40 colonists in each outpost, and I currently have 5 threat banners. So then, as I change this number, we can see how many banners I will need to maintain the same amount of threat at each outpost, meaning my defenses won't be overrun. Of course, eventually it's going to be more efficient to just add a couple more guards at each outpost rather than, you know, adding a bunch more threat to the colonies. But it is pretty cool that this number right here will tell me. So really, like, if I were to add 70 threat, then we would need a 6th banner. Somewhere around 70 threat. And it's accounting for the extra 10 threat from the banner, and that's why the formula is so messy. If you don't account for that, it's not quite as bad. So yeah, there you go. And we are going up in copper ingots, which is good. We are going down in copper still. And that makes me want to reduce furnaces, actually. Oh, sorry. Nerd stats are still up. We'll close that for now. We will need to look at gunpowder trap efficiency pretty soon. But yeah, copper is still going down. I don't want copper to be going down. I think I may have gone a little too crazy on furnaces. I will remove one bank of furnaces. We're also short one glass blower from earlier. Do I need more composters? I probably do. How's the gunpowder making? Yeah, we don't have enough composters. In that case, I shall add more. We'll do the full 8 for now. I want lots of gunpowder. And we need more saltpeter for that. Eventually the potash will get up to 1,000. Though that's not happening yet. And chicken excrement. We're out of chicken excrement. That's the problem. More chicken farmers. It does feel a little weird that you can collect chicken doo-doo without barley. That feels a little weird to me. Also, why are you collecting... Oh. Okay. We are still making chickens. We don't need chickens. Oh, it's only set to 10. That's the problem. Don't slow down. Chicken poop or nothing. Yeah, you would think it would require a little bit of barley to feed the chicken. You know, not a large amount. Maybe just like 1 per excrement. It doesn't need to be a lot. But for flavor purposes, it feels like it should require some food for the chickens. I will add 2 more poop farmers. 2 more poop farmers. I'll get us more excrement. Good. Jolly old time. Gunpowder traps. Delicious. And caltrops. We should start setting those up soon. My plan for that is to have the gunpowder traps actually activate before anybody shoots. Although I guess let's keep going with the nerd stats a little bit here. We need to know some things about some things. For example, we need to know how much effectiveness we're actually getting from whatchamacallit. Gunpowder. I promise I have a brain, it's just not here today. And I'm pretty sure I say that every stream. Anyway. Okay, those are all intermediates, as I'm calling them. And let me think about what else we needs here. We have potash in there. Let me drop down a gunsmith's workshop in front of me. Can't even find it, of course, there it is. Okay, in a gunsmith's workshop, the gunpowder trap ammo is what we want. It's 3 wrought iron and 2 gunpowder, and that gunpowder is made in the alchemist table, which is saltpeter, charcoal, and sulfur. Do we have sulfur? Excuse me. I don't have sulfur up here. Nor do I have lead. These are both the same. I'm pretty sure they're 300. Maybe I should double check that? I'm gonna double check that. You mine those. Okay, sulfur and lead. Let me double check. Wow, now we're really detouring here into the game files themselves. Delicious. Okay, Steam apps, common. What's this game called? Colony Survival. Game data. Which one was it called? Dude, I think it was generate blocks.json. Sulfur. No, not this one. NPC types, no. Types? I think it's types. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Sulfur. Infinite sulfur, 300. Yep. Lead. Is also 300. Cool. Yeah, I think they're all 300 except for the, whatchamacallit, the silica sand. Okay, so back to this. Sulfur, saltpeter is not in here. We need that. Saltpeter. We need chicken excrement. Excrement. They each produce 1. That takes 30 seconds. No tools and no ingredients required. And then saltpeter. I actually don't remember. That's in the composter. And that is chicken excrement and a pot of water. And it takes 60 seconds, but no tools. So it requires chicken excrement 1, water pot 1, and empty pot 0.05 because it only gives you a 95% chance to get it back. And then the saltpeter. Wait, sorry. We already did the saltpeter. What am I? Oh, the gunpowder. Saltpeter, charcoal, sulfur. What's up, Yivri? How's it going? Gunpowder 1. That takes us 360 seconds. And we have all tools available. Minimum of iron, which is 3. And then that requires a saltpeter 1. I have no memory. Charcoal and sulfur. Charcoal 1, sulfur 1. Cool. And then I can remove that. I might as well add the vial of mineral oil while I'm here. Ah, no, we need too many things for that. Sticking with gunpowder for now. Okay, and then gunpowder trap ammo. Gunpowder trap ammo. That is military. That takes 240 seconds to make 10. I think it's also 5. Actually, it's 5 and 0. The minimum tools. And that requires wrought iron 3. Is that right? Yeah, 3 wrought iron and 2 gunpowder. Okay. And then we go over here to damage per shot. And that is 750. Cooldown is irrelevant. It does say every 10 seconds, but you can only store 1 gunpowder trap ammo, so that's all you get. Oh, it triggers from enemies above. It's a foot. Oh, it's like a mine, basically. That's fun. So cooldown is irrelevant. I don't even know what to put. 100? Like 1 full night's worth. And then we copy these. And then the damage per colonist. Yeah, we get 1 shot per night. So that's the right thing to put. The damage per colonist is actually not bad. It's competitive with crossbow ammunition. And that's only if it hits 1 guy. And has no overkill. So, I mean, it's... You know, imagine it hits 10 guys and does a total of 3,000 damage. Then you're getting some serious efficiency out of that. Okay. So I just needed to look into all that to know that gunpowder traps are actually pretty efficient as long as you can hit multiple enemies with it. Cool. This is why we do math. Also, Yivri, welcome. You are, or he is, they are? I don't even know your gender. Not that it matters, but it's... I'm like, wait, I don't even know what to call you. Anyway, Yivri is another streamer who is with the Red Circuit group, so you guys should go check out Yivri. Sometime my shoutouts aren't working, so this is just a verbal one. But Yivri's great. I don't know what you've been streaming recently. And we are going to place some gunpowder traps. And we also need caltrops. My thought is we place caltrops from above, a few in front. So we start to build up a bunch of enemies, and then we have the gunpowder traps. Before they get shot by anyone. Because if the gunpowder traps are going to blow up a bunch of low health guys, why waste shots on them? And now my safe zone does extend a bit. So I'm thinking we will do that around the corner. If I can find my bricks. Oh, Yivri, I'm sorry to hear that. I totally get it though. I mean, just recently myself, I took quite a break from streaming and haven't been streaming as frequently for the same reason. So, sorry to hear that. Planet Crafter. Oh, I'm so excited to play Planet Crafter. I'm kind of waiting for the next big update myself, but I'm very excited about it. And Factorio. Yeah, I mean, you can never not play Factorio, right? Factorio is just the best. I did see that, Yivri. I had originally seen that it was going to be in late January, and now it's like February. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we'll get there eventually. And this is where having the system I've had is actually a plus. Because the gunpowder traps are going to be underneath the enemies, right? And we're going to need to restock those from the side where the enemies can't get. And then the caltrops, I'll put maybe 4 of them. I have no idea how this is going to work, but we're just going to try it like this. Sure. That looks good. And then I also need enemies to not get shot until they come around that corner. Which means walling up higher here. Hopefully we'll enter a nice little tunnel. I guess I didn't really need the moat if I was going to build a wall. I don't need the wall here. Mainly just here so they can't shoot around the corner. I guess this one's not really necessary either. Because there's no one at such a shallow angle they could shoot through there. Cool. I will put these one tile higher if I can. Yeah, up to 4 blocks distance. And then we need access to those from the side. Thankfully, enemies can't get down here. So this is where access can be had. This is no longer... Uh-oh, we're out of logs. Red alert, folks. Red alert. Need another forester. I can do that with no issues. And then, how high were they? One more tile up? There we go. So maybe we'll get a guy up on top of the wall. Uh-oh. The wall's not tall enough. Maybe I did need that one. Excuse me. Okay. That works. That works. We'll need a trap fixer up here. Oh, they're shooting over the wall. Gotta go up a little higher here. And then we'll have a little bit of a overhang here. Is that how I want to do it? Or maybe on this end, where the chest can go along with the trap fixer job. And then he should be able to step down onto those and fill them up. And I will put another one down here. At this point, it's really not necessary given the amount of traps that I have, and the guy from up there should be able to come down anyway. But eventually I might have enough traps where I'll need 2 separate ones. So there's some trap fixers, and I need at least another forester. Just go back here. Need some more grass. Okay, another forester. It's always good. I'm trying to think about, let's see, firewood, that's keeping up. Planks are keeping up. We'll keep an eye on it. But yeah, we've got gunpowder. And do we have gunpowder trap ammo? We do. And we have caltrops? We do. We should see some boom booms tonight. Or, well, tomorrow night. I guess it's currently night. And I will go double check on ammo counts for caltrops. I think they hold 3. Is that right? And how's rope? Rope is finally catching up. That took forever. Caltrops, you get 3 from 1 rope, and they do cost a bunch of wrought iron too. Caltrops are the ones where it's hard to measure if they're worth it. BRB kids stuff. Classic. Kids are always coming up with stuff. They have all sorts of needs. Yeah, caltrops are weird because they don't do damage, and so it's like you kind of have to try to measure in your head, like, how much extra damage worth am I getting by slowing down enemies? Which is really hard to calculate. Nigh impossible, potentially. So, yeah, is it actually worth it or not? I have no idea. It should shove more enemies into a small space for my boom traps to go boom, so the boom traps will do more damage when they go boom. Will it actually work that way? I have no idea. But it should. It should. Alright, and I will need the printing press eventually, but next we're gonna do the hand cannon. The hand cannon is bomb. Quite literally. 1,000 damage. So we'll sell a few golden shields here. And that should allow us to research the hand cannon, which is built in the gunsmith. Everything's in the gunsmith's workbench. And we'll plug that into the nerd sheets to see how that goes. I might need some more gunsmiths. So we're gonna need to dig out some area here. Let me hire fill beds. That is only 17 more. I'm hoping hand cannons will drive us into a new age of defenses with lots more DPS than crossbowmen. We shall see. Okay, they're gonna get that mined out. Bigger area. Get that. If you hold, I think I rebound it to shift. No, I must have rebounded to control. You can do more at once. Like, you can keep doing digger areas rather than it going straight to construction worker. Or construction job, I guess they're called. Come on, peeps. Get this done. Good, good, good. Bigger area. Right there. Right there. Right there. 4 on that. 4 on that. 3 on you. And this is the way. Actually, it's probably way faster to not do it one tile at a time. So, I'm going to do it that way. The smart version. So we'll go 6 tiles in. I guess 5, because that's all I can reach, and do this. And that's probably better. And then I'll go in this way, and then we'll do one that goes forwards. Whee! I haven't measured this, so I have no... Oh, gosh. What did I just break into? Ah, the mining. I was wondering about that. I was wondering about that. Okay, well, we'll just, you know, this is gonna be just fine. Oh, I need jobs for the digging, don't I? And then we need to go back into this wall. There we go. That's the good stuff. Except, I need these guys to go down one more tile. There we go. Whew. That should help. And then we'll have that same pattern of like a 3-tile walkway. Then we'll have the job, and then the worker and the crate. We'll go here then. Sorry, whoever I just punched. 3, 4. Oh, that worked out perfectly. What are the odds of that? Very low, I'm sure. Tool shop, grocery store. For now, we'll just put them there. Gunsmiths, we'll need a few more. Okay, so Knight Hand Cannoneer. Beautiful. How should they do this? Maybe like that. And while they get working on that, we can plug in hand cannon ammo to the nerd sheet. Where is that? That bad boy. So, first we need... Actually, it's just gunpowder, hemp fiber, and wrought iron. Okay, we know all that stuff. Hand cannon ammo. It's 11. The time is 1:20. This is all that. It's wrought iron 1. Gunpowder 1 and hemp fiber 1. Oh, wow. I think this is going to be pretty powerful. And then the hand cannoneer is 1,300 damage every 10 seconds. So damage and cooldown goes like that. Oh, by the way, if you're interested in this sheet, there's a link in the description to the sheet itself, so you can have your own. You can, you know, go up to file and hit make a copy, or you can just view this one. So there's a link for that in the description. And are you guys seeing this? 9,000! It's almost over 9,000! That's amazing. So damage per colonist is through the roof with hand cannon ammo. Did I do something wrong? Do I have hemp fiber in here correctly? Yeah, 14 hemp. Gunpowder. Yeah, it's all in there. I mean, it helps that it, you know, makes 11 ammo. Sweet. Okay. So what that means is even if they're overkilling a ton, right? Like tons of overkill, they're still more efficient than most of the other archers, right? Because crossbowmen, the damage per colonist number was only 1,900. Which means if you had a colony of 100 colonists, you would theoretically be able to do 190,000 damage a night. you know, distributed between guards, miners, furnaces, you know, all of the steps put together for everything you need, including the guards themselves, you would only be able to do that many. So yeah. Anyway, the answer is heck yes to that. And we should need more wrought iron. How's wrought iron looking? I wonder what causes the wrought iron shortage. Is it not enough? Not enough anvils, maybe. It looks like we have enough iron blooms. Okay, I'll plop down 4 more. 4 more anvils here. Get a bit more wrought iron. They also have to make steel parts now, so that's a thing. Sweet! Okay, we are in the gunpowder age. Oh no! I forgot to watch the gunpowder traps! Oh, we're gonna have to wait another night. I was expecting that to be the end of the video. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Yep. The traps went off. I really wish you could click on one and see its, like, stats. You know, did it deal damage? How much damage? Or how many kills? Like, I wish each trap or guard, you could click on it, and it would tell you some basic stats like total kills all time, and then, like, kills tonight. I think that would be helpful. And, like, total damage all time, damage tonight, you know, stuff like that. Could be cool. Projectile traps still going strong. I'm really curious about tomorrow night to see how that gunpowder trap does. Logs. I might need more logs. Do I have room for another forester back here? I do. I guess I'll flatten this first. And we should be able to fit a forester back here. Yeah. So they'll get rid of that dirt. We'll get another forester. It's amazing how many trees you need for all of the firewood. For all of the ingots. Six by 15. Should do it. Goes there. All right. Looking good. Part of me maybe wants some chicken meals because I'd get more sacred points out of it, but I just don't think it's worth it. If I need more sacred points, I can just make more of the bread meals, the sacred bread meals. Linen is still not doing great. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Gotta keep that in mind, I guess. And animal carcasses are supposed to be at 500. Oh, that's what we needed the chicken for. Right. Okay. Never mind. I did have chicken happening for a reason. Alright. So chicken... We do need some chicken, which probably means we need more barley. And gonna need more chicken farmers too, almost certainly. I'm gonna have to start putting a bunch of stuff either in the mountain colony or the marsh colony, I think. Make that look a little nicer. And are these traps filled? Yay! Gunpowder traps are set. Caltrops are set. So enemies are gonna come over here. They're gonna start walking in. They're gonna hit this. That'll shoot. Slow down the first guy. See, the problem with gunpowder traps, I wish I could wait like a couple hours into the night before they trigger. Because what's going to happen is there's going to be like 2 zombies at the beginning of the night. They're going to get slowed down, and then they're going to trigger all the gunpowder traps. It's almost like I need a few guards to kind of pick off the riffraff, the early on riffraff. Interesting. Interesting challenges, but not too many. And it's like we want them to take out the front zombies. There's just no good way to do this, is there? I think a few crossbow guards on top of the wall here is a good route. And so they'll take out the first guys they see. And then they'll wait until they cool down, and then they'll shoot the best thing they can shoot. So if there's a 25 health there, he might make it through. So it's almost like I need one of each, maybe? I don't know. Ooh, we have a hand cannon. Aha! Now that's satisfying. Kaboom! How high do you think that just went? Will it even come back down? I think that just went into orbit. LOL. Like, did it despawn? Did it go so high? Oh, there it was. Wow, it fell all the way over there. That's crazy. Basically orbit. Where is it? There it is. Awesome. You know, I have it on good authority that this game uses... Unfortunately, you can't hit yourself with ammunition even if you walk underneath it. I did try with the slinger shots. Anyway, gravity is correct in this game, so we could calculate how high that went by how long it was in the air. I think. Is that right? Or do you need more numbers than just that? Can't remember if you need more numbers than just that. Okay, here we go. It'll probably be a little bit anticlimactic. They'll pop open for the first few zombies and then it'll be done. But it's still gonna be cool, dang it. Still gonna be cool. Oh wow, he just spawned right there. So see, that's good that he... Oh no, see... this is what I was worried about. Now there's just a juggernaut, and he's just gonna trigger everything. Okay, he got slowed down. But he's not stacked with anybody. And now the gunpowder traps are useless. I don't know how I feel about the gunpowder traps only having one shot. So it's almost like I need to place the gunpowder traps a little bit further back so they don't get triggered at the beginning of the night. Oh gosh. Crap. Did not mean to fall down. I'm having some thoughts. Let me remove these guys for now. I think I just need to pay attention to kind of how far they're getting. And just use kind of an estimation of like where would be the best place. Because like they really start building up in that corner. Oh, hi. Maybe on the second row here. If they make it to this row, we start caltropping them. And then the first guy will get caltropped, and he'll be walking, and then the second guy, you know, people behind him will start catching up, and then another caltrops will drop on him, so then they'll be kind of closer together, and it should smush them all together. And then we can have the gunpowder traps on this row. That's my thought. I think I'll try to switch it around like that. But I have gone almost an hour and 10 minutes on this YouTube episode, so we're going to have to call it a cut at this point, and it'll be in the next video that we do all those things. So, stream-wise, I'm going to take a really short break, and I'll be right back. But for those of you on YouTube, as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next episode.